Hey Siri, shuffle cocktail hour. Get us some music to go along with the rest of this psychotic mess. All right. Let's talk about the events leading up to this point. Let's start from the very beginning. You guys knew exactly what kind of wedding I was hoping for. So before I get started, let's at least get this out of the way. Yes, I do still love each and every one of you. Yes, I do still care about each and every one of you. The things that I found out days after my wedding made me extremely upset. So I'm just going to put that out there. I'm also going to put it out there right here, right now. This has zero to do with any of the kids. And for anyone to have the audacity to say that I did this not only to you, but also to your kids, is just not the case. Those kids busted their ass. Those kids were the only ones getting anything done because they were the ones being delegated. I love those fucking kids to death. I have told everybody since day one that no matter what happens with any of us, that I will always be there for those kids. And for anyone to have the audacity to think otherwise, did you really think I was that shallow? You really thought I was that shallow to throw away my relationship with my kids because of all of this? You really don't know me, do you? And here, I thought we knew each other and we knew everybody knew this, but apparently that's just not the case. So let's get into this, because apparently that's what needs to be done. So we'll start with Friday, because the only thing that really matters is apparently what seems to be the biggest argument over everything is a timeline. So I got it right here. Give me just a minute. I am going to get myself prepared and we are going to go through. And don't worry. I will have it. I will actually have it right here on the screen for you. So don't worry. We got that covered. So before I even bother mentioning, anything else, we're going to go even further back in time. I did say we were going to start on the day before, but no, let's go a little further back. Let's go back to when I was working on my timeline. So some of you got a first copy of that master timeline. I've been working on this master timeline for months, okay? Nobody contested anything within that document. This has been a working timeline since May or June, okay? Technically even before then, but we're just gonna, and there were multiple occasions where I asked those if things can be done within this time frame. Can we make this work within this time frame? If memory beseeches me, the response that I got was, we will make it work. We will make it work. So by this point, mind you, this was like maybe less than a month before the wedding. So I added some additional notes to the timeline. These notes were to the day of coordinator, basically going into greater detail of the timestamp. What each timestamp is supposed to represent, what is supposed to happen during that time frame. I set these off. Once I was done, middle of October, I sent these off to vendors. And then I began, going into greater detail about, additional things that needed to be done. Because obviously I'm not going to be there. I'm not the one managing this entire thing. So I need to make sure as much info is available as possible when I hand that information off and over to my day of coordinator. So obviously, yes, I was working on this stuff all the way up until the day of, like the morning of. But I wasn't working on the timeline. It was the everything else to make sure that was up and ready. I worked on this draft. He got a copy of it a couple of days before. But the last minute stuff that I was working on was all the kitchen details. He needed to make sure he knew exactly how the kitchen was supposed to be ran. You know, I was handing the torch over to him to take care of the rest. Keep in mind, my original first draft of my timeline, before I gave it to anybody else, I gave it to Nick. And I said, what do you think? Obviously, we had some discrepancies in certain things being done certain ways. So I made my first set of sacrifices. I sacrificed certain things in order to make all the transitions as smooth and easy as possible, and that it wasn't overwhelming him as well. So sacrifice is number one. So timeline is done. Timeline is out there. Timeline has been out there. Going back to, you know, the timeline and this being about me, and this is an event that I was putting on, but also hosting, directing, and being star of the show of, you know, or however you want to put it. I was the star of the show, and I had to direct the show. So the day that was supposed to be about me, but it seems that everyone is pissed off at me about my day, but I'm the bad guy. Cool, whatever, I don't even fucking care. I really don't, honestly. I can be the bad guy, that's not a problem, whatever. But it was my day, and I had every right to be, and if you've got a problem with that, too fucking bad. That's how I feel. So most, if not all of you, have been to, if not worked, hi sweetheart, one of my dozens of events in the past. You know how I work. None of this has changed. I didn't ask for much, despite what's apparently being said. I had to play director and the star of the show on my day. Like, yes, I was stressed. Yes, I was worried about time management. It's all because I had to make adjustments to the schedule on my own. It also meant that I had to continue to relay any adjustments to vendors for whichever means that I could. But being the star of the show, I also just can't go searching for and relaying these messages. I wasn't even supposed to be seen. So things got difficult for me. And I just managed to make those mental adjustments as the day went on. So I'm going to tell you my side of the story. And don't worry, if you don't want to sit here and listen to all of this or whatever, there will eventually be a script out. At some point. But the script's ready to go. Oh, and seeing, I could have shared this and been done with it, but it's not the same as getting a direct reaction to what happened. It's just not the same. And then you also have the audacity to take that stuff and go and share it with other people, which, whatever, you're gonna fucking share it. I don't care, because guess what, I'm gonna share it too. By the end of this, if you feel that I'm so horrible of a person for wanting to be happy on the one day that I asked to be drama-free, then I guess it's time that we need to part ways. I'm going to tell you to that right now, right before we even start. But if you can open your mind and just understand my point of view, then let's talk. But the decision isn't made here. The decision is made at the end of this. Once I've said my piece, that's when the decision will be made, not right now. So don't come at me and just, I'm not even going to bother listening, and this is not going to work like that. This entire thing, it was originally going to get squashed. It was squashed. I was going to take my time to have my anger and my mourning, to allow me to go through those emotions that I need to go through. Once it's finally passed, I was going to move on. Just no beef, no drama, no bullshit. I didn't care. I was to the point where I wasn't going to care anymore. Just let me get through my time. Just let me process for a bit. I mean, had I not found out what I found out, this wouldn't be an issue. But I found out, and I'd rather address it now than try to address it later on. Now, don't get me wrong. I did say from the very beginning, if you want to talk shit behind my back about what happened, I don't care, because I really don't fucking care. I don't care what you think about me. Not in that regard. This isn't shit talking. This was the biggest fuck you slap in the face I've ever felt. So let's go back to Friday. Let's go back to Friday. We're all working on stuff. Everybody's getting things done, whatever. Chris shows up. He's getting everything done, whatever. We're doing whatever we can. I had just handed off all of my tasks and my responsibilities to him, so that way I could focus on my day. Because it's what I'm supposed to do. I mean, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to stress over it. Things are supposed to flow the way that they're supposed to flow. We go through, once everybody shows up, whatever, we go through and we do, the ceremony. We go and fix the ceremony site and we get all that stuff ready. And the only reason why I didn't press for the musical number that I wanted you guys to, perform to, part of the reason why I didn't press that was because Dennis was unfortunately just not able to edit the music the way that I had hoped. It's nothing against him. Nothing against him whatsoever. Alright, well, we will make this work. We will make this work. So I never pushed to get you guys to learn any kind of choreography for that moment. And I had the number completely. It was here. It was ready to go. There's just never time. Actually, I wanted, my goal for when we were doing the flowers that day when everybody was there was to keep everybody else working on something so that way Leah and I can go and work on the choreography and get it to where we feel we're comfortable with and then be able to present it to you guys. It didn't happen that day. Whatever. There was too much other stuff that we had to worry about. Cool. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I've only envisioned this entrance for the last 10 years. Something that I always wanted. That I can finally show my theatrical side that I never get to show. Alright, whatever. It just, the dance isn't going to happen, the routine's not going to happen, but they'll still at least walk down for it. So, we rehearse the ceremony. Everybody, for the most part, seems to be okay. And then, before we transitioned, I went ahead and explained to everybody. I went through the timeline for the day. I said, okay, just let everybody know. Timeline, if we can try to stick to it as best as we can, I would greatly appreciate that. I said, breakfast will be available at 8 a.m. in the cabin. Ladies, bridesmaids, you know that you are to be in the salon and hair and makeup is to begin at 9 a.m. 10 o'clock, my coordinator arrives, and groomsmen, if y'all can be there by at least that time, if not by 11, I would appreciate that. 11 at the absolute latest, 10 is preferred. So depending on what goes on here, we may have to do, ceremony space setup, we may have to do, some other setups or whatever, not that big of a deal. So at 12 o'clock, lunch will be available in the cabin. So everyone's aware we do have lunch. We have sandwiches and wraps and some other things for you in the cabin that will be available at 12 o'clock. So by this time, my photo and video are going to arrive at the same time, 12 o'clock. From this point forward, I said, I need everybody to be ready. Nick and I should be getting ready by 12:30. That is our go-to. We will be doing the groomsmen's photos at 12:30, and then they will transition over to the bridal suite where they will work on the bridal photos. 1 o'clock, we will have a first look. At this time, once the first look is over with, we will go and do portraits, bridal portraits, just the two of us. This is where it gets to be really important. Even if you are here at 10 a.m. or whenever, I need everyone to be ready to go. And at the salon by 1:30, you will be debriefed on how the photos are going to be done before you will be dismissed to photos at 1:45. Photos should end at around 2:15. At this point, everyone is free to go back to the salon or wherever they need to go to freshen up. I said, I would like for the groomsmen and the ushers to be at the ceremony space by 2:30. So that gives you 15 minutes to be ready. I said, where everyone else, please be ready and at the staging area by 2:50. The ceremony will start at 3 p.m. I said, at this point, after the ceremony, you are free, so long as we have nothing, you are free to go. You are free to go and enjoy cocktail hour at that time. But keep in mind, please be vigilant of the time. You will need to be ready and at the salon by 4:45 so that we can get everybody together and set up. You need to be ready by 4:45 because 5 o'clock we will be doing that. I said from there we have, the first dances, the dinner, the blessings. You hear my times, right? 12:30, bride and groom are getting ready. 1 o'clock, first looks. 1:15, bridal portraits. 1:45, wedding party photos. I did what I did because I wanted to make sure that everybody was situated, and if we needed to move stuff around, we have plenty of time at cocktail hour because it is an hour and a half long. Do I absolutely have to be there at cocktail hour? No, absolutely not. But if things just don't flow properly and we need to use some of that time during cocktail hour to get whatever other photos need to be done, we'll do it. That is all I said. That is what I said to everybody. As the evening kept progressing, I also had an entire vision of how the intros were going to look. Dennis had an idea of how those intros were supposed to look because he and I had spoken about it. But unfortunately, I could get no one together by this point to be able to get everyone and run through intros one good time, or run through the, rehearsal for the reception once. Did y'all know that my vision was as everybody came out or whatever, that they would do a little deal or whatever. They'd have their little moment, and then everybody would eventually get into 2 lines, and by the time I was called, we would have ran in between everybody to come out, and then would have had a little 30-second or a minute-long dance session with everyone before we started into first dances. How fucking cool would that have been to have had everybody standing there just cheering and happy as can be and praising you. You're running through all of that, and it's just like a welcome entrance. We can't seem to get everybody to coordinate. Some people are already leaving. Dennis, you're free to do whatever it is that you need to do. I guess we're not going to do a reception rehearsal, it seems. I don't know what's going on, but it seems that several people left, and it's fine. It's fine. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. At nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, I am still awake and dealing with issues with car troubles because my day of coordinator, on his way home, his car broke down. Unfortunately, things went the way that they did, and even though there were multitudes of people, even the next morning, offering to head out to get him, it just wasn't feasible because for some of us who only have one vehicle understand that once our only vehicle goes down, it's kind of hard to do much of anything. So he needed to focus on getting that vehicle up and running because that's his only mode of transportation to work. So I understood, but I was upset because I just handed the torch off and now the torch just came back to me. So now I have to either find somebody else who can jump in at the last minute and take over this position, or else I'm going to have to do it myself while also somehow I have to be the director now while also having to be the star of the show. And before anybody goes, oh, well, actors do that all the time, that's not what I mean. This is different. This is completely different from that. As someone who's worked events and as someone who's been in the film industry, it's not the same. It's not. Because you have to understand, I have to direct the show, but being the star of the show, my face is not supposed to be seen until the very last minute. So I can't just go out and, you know, if something needed to be changed, I couldn't just go out and say, hey, we need to make this adjustment and, you know, relay these messages to all my vendors and things like that. I couldn't just go out and do that. That was the whole reason why I had Chris, who was supposed to be there to coordinate this day, because Chris and I understand how each other work. I've seen him work, he's seen me work. And when it comes to timeliness and time management and all that other stuff, he is right there on board with me every step of the way. That's why I knew it was going to be so easy just to hand it over to him, because it would have been two of me. He would have done my job without me having to do my job. But now I have to make it work. I have to figure out this timeline. Now, instead of just giving basic details of what the game plan is for the kitchen staff, now I have to go and write out a instruction manual, a step-by-step instruction manual of what needs to be done for the kitchen, just so that maybe some of my stuff will actually come out like it's supposed to. So I finally get to bed around like 2 or something like that, and I'm up by 7. I'm already moving. I am already trying to get last minute stuff done, get things put away, make adjustments, while also fixing my wait staff stuff, my kitchen stuff. Because I'm having to go back and forth with the kitchen, whoever's in the kitchen, to make sure that we're on the same page about things. That way I can make sure that that stuff is relayed into their detailed day. So yes, that morning I'm up and doing stuff. I'm frantic because there's so much stuff that needs to be done. Like, you don't understand how stressed out I was when I found out that Chris wasn't going to be able to come. And I fought him. I fought him on it. I really did. But at the end of the day, I understood where he was coming from, that, you know, with it being an only vehicle and things like that, I understood that. So I let it go. All the stress that had originally been lifted from my shoulder had just been piled back on my shoulders tenfold. Yes, that morning I was dictating things, I was directing things, I was trying to get things done. I was doing the best that I could within my limited abilities. That time was not supposed to be, that I wasn't supposed to be spending that time working on all of that stuff. I was supposed to be spending my time getting ready. But instead I sacrificed time to do all of these things. Y'all saw me with my computer up until the last fucking minute. I was determined, absolutely determined to make this work. Even if there were a few hiccups in the way, I was going to make it work. Let's focus now on the day. So, first things first, 9 a.m. Bridesmaids arrive at the salon and begin hair and makeup. Now, before you go and, oh, but you can't arrive and blah, 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 blah. Is it okay if it was off by 5 or 10 minutes? Sure. That's not a problem. It's not a big deal. We'll make it work. But I mean, there were so many people there that somebody could have jumped in the chair pretty early on and delegated tasks to everybody else. You could have we had kids, we had people there, we had hands on deck. So yes, 9 a.m. hair and makeup, 9:45 hair and makeup, 10:30 hair and makeup, 11:15 bride hair and makeup, 12 o'clock makeup. This was scheduled for every 45 minutes, and this is why we did certain things earlier on, so that way we could try and keep within this timeline. Now, there were 5-headed individuals in that building that could have assisted in any way, shape, or form. I even brought outside people that was not associated with this, to help assist. I went to people, I said, hey, do you happen to know anything about hair and makeup? Well, I know a little bit, but I mean, just mainly for myself. I'm like, cool. Even if you know something, do you mind going in and just seeing where you can help? Just seeing where you could jump in and assist. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So it wasn't like, and I've asked about this time frame. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Cool. We'll make it work. Moving forward. 10 o'clock, day of coordinator. Well, obviously that's not going to happen. Groomsmen start arriving. 10:30, 11:30, blah, 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 blah. 12 o'clock. Okay, so let's just go back a little bit. Because some of this stuff isn't even relevant right now. I think I delegated tasks to a few people, and I think one of them included food and hydration checks. I don't remember anybody really doing that. For people that were supposed to be taking care of me and making sure that I was fine, it seemed that I was doing a lot of taking care of, taking care of others. Because, yeah, we had breakfast in the cabin, but nobody went to go get breakfast or anything. I wasn't going to sit there and let that go to waste. So instead of anybody else taking the initiative to grabbing that, I went in and grabbed the fruit tray. I grabbed the granola bars. I grabbed all these things and I brought it in with me. And I said, if anybody's hungry, here's some food. But meanwhile, I was supposed to have people checking on me. That's all right. That's fine. Whatever. It was, by the time I got into the salon and parked my ass in there and did not move from that point, was probably around 11 o'clock. I know I was getting yelled at that I needed to get my ass moving and I needed to get in there, I needed to get stuff done. Yes, I understood that. And I was trying to do my damnedest, but I was making sure the last minute stuff, because nobody else was doing it. Nobody else was even wanting to be involved in helping with things. So I was making sure things were getting done. As a coordinator, that's what you're supposed to be doing, but that wasn't supposed to be my job. So I finally get in sometime around 11 when I finally park my ass. Now, according to that timeline that we just had, maybe I'll put it back up, I don't know. But it said that I was supposed to start getting ready at 11:15. But we were behind. All right, that's cool. Well, that gives me some time. I can work on putting these gel nail things on. So I parked my ass down. I got the stuff out. I had helpers assisting, which was nice. I appreciate that. And then during this entire thing, all of a sudden there's a conversation, a phone call relating to TikTok, a TikTok group, and this person's mad at that person, and, he said, she said, but just a lot of stuff going on. I did ask for it to be a drama-free day. But I guess I didn't specify when I said drama-free day, I meant like no drama, including outside drama. But you know what? Everybody was working. Everybody was doing something. This was not deviating from anybody's tasks. If y'all want to have a conversation about your other friends and how they're ripping you off or whatever, or was that the time and place for the conversation? Absolutely not. Whatever. It's not taking away from me. So I let it go. And before anybody comes at me, you've heard it right here from my fucking mouth. I let that shit go. I didn't care. It's not affecting me. Y'all wanna gossip about somebody else or complain about fuck. Have at it. We are too focused, we are too busy, we are doing things right now. I don't care. I don't fucking care. That's not what this is about. We're getting the nails done. All of that drama, whatever TikTok bullshit was. So it's like coming on 12 o'clock when I finally get in the hot seat. As I'm getting into this hot seat, I did turn around and ask, why don't, instead of, me jumping in right now, why don't you just tell me what I need to do for my makeup, and I will do it myself. It's not a big deal. Then you can go and work with somebody else. I was told, because believe me, these little details, like, they stick with me. I was told, you're stressing. Just relax. Everything will be fine. We've got this. It'll be fine. All right. It's going to be fine. Weight off my shoulder. Cool. They're here for me. We're a little bit behind. Whatever. So 12 o'clock comes rolling by. Like I said, I'm in the hot seat. We're working on my hair because obviously I have such thick hair that none of it dried after 14 hours. Whatever, I'm not surprised that this is... Now we're rushing to blow dry it and to, make sure that we can get the curls in it and do all these other things. And so now time's getting pushed a little bit. Okay, but it's 12 o'clock lunchtime, I didn't see any of the guys at all, or didn't see any inkling or whatever. I don't know if they're even remotely interested in eating, so you know what? I need somebody to go get the trays out of the fridge in the cabin and bring them over here so that way we can have lunch. Again, I was the one thinking about keeping hydrated, keeping fed. Nobody else checked in on me. While this is all going on or whatever, at some point in the 12 o'clock hour, Beth arrives. Oh cool, Beth's here. I wasn't expecting her for another 2.5 hours at least, but she's here. Maybe I can, if nobody has need for her, I can throw her on my camera and she can run my camera for a bit. And then it was, oh, she's walking? Oh, okay. She's walking. Well, I'm good to know because now I need to make those adjustments. I mean, if that's what she wants to do, then okay, I'm not gonna argue. They feel this way. They're trying to support me. I am appreciative of it. She absolutely does not have to walk, but I'm sure. Guess I need to find somebody else to grab my camera. Photo videos here, great. 1/4 after, cool. If you guys, we are a bit behind at the moment, as you can see. If y'all want to get acquainted and kind of do stuff, do whatever around the facility, I said yeah. I said hopefully the groom will be getting, would be maybe a bit more ready, and maybe you can get some stuff with them or something. We're just behind by a little bit. Oh yeah, cool, whatever. My vendors had this. For the 12 o'clock time hour, it states, photographer and videographer arrive at salon, capture detail photos. It was not my job to make sure that all of my stuff was ready to be handed over to them so they could get these flat lays, they could get these detail shots, they can get the dress hanging on the outside of the church, or they can get the rings sitting on the bouquet and wait, the bouquet. Where's the fucking bouquet? It was after 12 o'clock and I am less than 3 hours away from getting married and I don't even know where my bouquet is. Fucking wonderful. Can somebody please go see if the flowers are here? Please. That's an important feature. That is a okay. Just somebody go find them. Somebody go find them. Nobody knows where the flowers are. Can somebody find somebody who might know where the flowers could be? Nobody seems to have any idea about the flowers. Can somebody please find Corey and ask him if the flowers are on site? Corey said they're here. Cool, where are they? Well, I don't know. Can we find out, please? They're in the reception hall. Okay, cool. Can you... cool. Can somebody go get them? Nobody can find them in the reception hall. Did nobody think to maybe check to verify if this statement was... I need hands on my flowers. Somebody find them and bring them to me. But I'm not allowed to be angry. I'm not allowed to be angry. I'm not supposed to be angry. I didn't realize I had to spell it out that much. Anyways, moving on from that, because it makes me so mad. So, 12:30. Bride and groom start getting ready. Groom has getting ready photos taken. There's still stuff going on with my hair. I'm assuming that's where we're at this point, because I don't remember what I was doing in the chair at the time, because I kept my phone and my watch away from me. Specifically so I wouldn't have to feel like I'm being rushed. But meanwhile, time just kept getting away from us. So I wasn't even ready. Obviously they knew that, so they went to go do their thing. It's like, give us 30 minutes. Hopefully we'll be ready. 12:45. Bride's getting ready photos and finding the best man, because he needs to be prepped for this first look. Well, luckily I was told that nobody was ready, so I'm not ready, so it's fine. I'm just gonna let it go. We're behind. That's why I had the time that I had allotted for cocktail hour. We can move some things around. 12:50. Set up speaker for the first look. Y'all know I had a game plan. This was my idea. was that by this point, everybody was ready, or at least mostly ready. After we got done with the getting ready photos, we could have snuck over into the cabin real fast because, you know, there's plenty of windows there and stuff like that, and have them do the first look right there by the cabin, so that way we could all watch it. How hilarious would that be? Like, how cute would that be? And then you've got all these cute pictures, and then we can do like another quick little photo shoot or whatever in there, and then, or hell, even better yet, when I'm getting ready, let's move everything in there. Let's have everything in there so that way I can just do it all there. I mean, yeah, there's not as much space near the bed, but we'll make it work. It's 1 o'clock. Nobody's ready. Strange that why is nobody ready? We're supposed to be ready to go in half an hour. And you know, the funny thing is that there was a point of time I was asked by my flower girl's mother what time she needed to be ready by, you know, simply because she didn't want her running around in the dress all day long. And I told her at the absolute latest she had to have her ready by 2:15, because we can do the last of the photos at that time. And then she's like, oh no, that's I didn't mean that late. I was like, well, I'm just letting you know, if you know, feel free to put her in the dress anytime up until then. I am okay with that. My flower girl was ready before anybody else was, and she didn't have to be. Apparently time. I wasn't sticking to my plan. That's what it was. I wasn't sticking to my plan. Anyway, let's go back to me in the moment, in the time. So here it is, 1 o'clock. You know, on top of having, you know, all this other stuff, I wanted music playing during the first looks as well. Because I always envisioned taking that video and turning it into something magnificent. I could have so much fun with that video. Oh yeah, did you guys forget that I had video there that day too? So it seems like y'all forgot that. I really wanted to watch that happen, and I really wanted to hear the music and to walk down to him in the music that I had chosen, because there was special significance to it, and that never happened. It never happened. Whatever. Fine. Maybe the videographer will have enough footage that I can maybe edit something together. 1 o'clock. First look with the best man. Assist photographer, and yeah, and then the song. Assist whatever. But again, these are notes for the director. He knows what he's supposed to do. Let's go to the next one, because this is a kicker. 1:30. Now mind you, I didn't need to have a copy of all of this in order to know what the day was supposed to be like, because I built it. I made it. I know what the times are. And I'm pretty certain I was trying to do time checks throughout the course of the day too, just to keep us on a time. 1:30. According to the timeline, 1:30, the wedding party arrives at the salon for debrief, which includes your bridesmaids, your bridesmen, your ushers, and the flower girl. And that was when y'all were supposed to be ready to go, and y'all were supposed to go over the order of photos that were going to be taken for the wedding party. But you know where I was? I was just getting into my dress, with nobody else even remotely prepared. Oh, Will, hi. 1:30. No, he's on time. He's dressed. He's ready to go. But maybe I missed the memo somewhere. All right, cool, whatever. We need to get this dress on. We need to get this stuff figured out. Oh, and I've got, if anybody, if we're gonna want to do timestamps or anything like that, if you want to pull those out, timestamp 1:31. Oh look, you want to see this video? You want to see the video where nobody was ready except Will and myself? It's 1:30. Y'all were supposed to be ready. But you know what? I get it. We were pushed back by a little bit. Not a big deal. We will figure this stuff out later. We'll make those adjustments. But I've got camera crew in here, and so I guess we're We're not going to get photos and videos of my the glamour shots of me getting in the dress and, the happiness and the giggling and someone's in curlers still. I mean, come on. Come on. $1:45. Wedding party photos begin. Well, I guess all of this is just gonna have to get moved. We'll put it, if we miss cocktail hour, we miss cocktail hour. There's not gonna be enough time. Why are we waiting? What's going on? Okay, y'all are gonna go check and okay, well, I need Landrum. Can somebody please get Landrum? I need to make sure he's here because I need to get this stuff done. You just got done taking photos of the groomsmen? Alright, cool. Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to go ahead and start figuring out where you want to put, go for it. 2:00. Yeah, I think we've decided where we're gonna go. Oh, sweet, cool. Where were you looking? Oh, we're gonna go by the swing. Okay. I can see that. But I was really looking forward to watching the reaction on his face. Damn it. Okay. Sure, we can, yeah, that's not a problem. We can put it there. Oh, by the way, we also have boutonnieres for them. They've got boutonnieres. Yeah, we just couldn't seem to find them, and now we found them. Well, we just finished taking pictures with them, and we didn't have them. We didn't think they were supposed to have them. Yeah, no, they were supposed to have them, and it's fine. Not a big deal. Well, if y'all want to go get set up, I still need to find Landrum, and I guess you need to get Nick ready or whatever. Y'all go do that, and then just let me know. Can somebody please find Landrum? Oh, there you are. Hey, come on in. Here's the dress. Here, take it. Put it on. Oh, you don't want it? Oh, you want Mark? Are you okay? Are you okay with that? Sure, sure, it don't matter. Here, I don't care who takes it. Just somebody put it on, please. We need to put this on. 2:15. Photos end. Return to salon to freshen up. I still don't know if we're even going to have this first look. What's going on? What is taking so long? Yeah, haha, we're laughing, joking, he's in the dress, everything cool, funny, yeah. But what are we waiting on? And why is only one person ready? What in the, you know what? I don't care at this point. They have until 3 o'clock to be ready. They know that. They've got until 3 o'clock to be ready. Whatever. Okay, you guys are finally ready. Cool. All right, can somebody please, Tam? Okay, cool. Can you please take them out there, show them where they've got to be, and can you let me know when it's my turn? 2:30. Groomsmen hand out welcome refreshments. Ushers assist in seating. Bride arrives at staging area. I'm still waiting to get my first fucking look done. And I'm supposed to be getting ready for my ceremony. I'm supposed to be at the staging area. You know where my staging area was supposed to be? My staging area was supposed to be inside of the fucking cabin, where I can get some last minute photos before it was time to go. I missed the glamour shots. I missed, the getting ready shots. I missed all those things. There's none of me with my bridesmaids all together and happy and cheering me on. Dressed, mind you. Dressed and done up and ready to go. No, I was still waiting to figure out when I was going to get my first look. Do you have any idea how much it pained me when I was finally told, all right, it's your turn, come on down? And I'm walking out there. Mind you, nobody, really offered to assist in any way. And I was just to the point where, you know what, I don't fucking care. I will walk myself. I'll walk my happy ass however I need to. I don't need somebody to hold my skirt for me because clearly that's not what they were actually there for. So I walk up there. Mind you, I walk up there, it's 2:30, and it takes another 5 minutes for them to do whatever it is that they're doing before they were set and ready to go for me to walk down there and get these photos and stuff like that. So I'm standing there, I'm waiting. And mind you, I am in clear open view of any and all guests arriving, because that's what I wanted for my day. I wanted to be seen before I was seen. It is nearly 2:40. when I finally get my first looks done. 2:45, I am rushing back inside because I still need to get my cape on. I need to get whatever touch-up needs to be done. And there is only 15 minutes to showtime. I go walking in there at 2:45, and there are still people not ready. Why were we not ready? I wasn't up anybody's ass the entire time about not being ready. The time that I had worked so hard to build, the time that I had allotted, was misused. Not by me, by any means, because I was told to relax, it'll be fine, everything will work out. So if you think at 2:50 I was rushing everybody, you damn right I was fucking rushing you. You had from the time until 3 o'clock to get ready and nobody was fucking ready. You know what? I'm not worried about it because this is supposed to be my day. They're supposed to be here for me. I don't know what's going on. You know, you have 10 minutes. Let's go. I'm already going because I'm making it known that there is one thing that is not going to go wrong today, and it's going to be the start of my time. Nothing else has gone right yet today. This is the one thing that is going to. So I stepped up. I stepped up for myself, and I went, and I was ready. 2:50. Bridal party arrives at staging. Y'all were supposed to be ready. Not my problem that you decided to wait until now to get ready or whatever it was that you were doing. It's not my problem. I'm ready. I'm like, can somebody figure out what's going on? Oh, we've got one song before showtime. Okay, can you please go inside and see what's going on? Comes back out. Oh, they said they need 10 more minutes. We have 60 seconds before these guys walk. I am not stopping this. You know what? If they're late, it's fine. It's whatever. We will make these next couple of minutes drag out as long as we can. Maybe they'll be ready by then and they can just sneak in. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. They will make the time. They will get here. There's no time. Guys, start walking. All right, y'all. Let's go. I need y'all up here at this spot. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and start going. You and I, we're gonna stay back. Remember, when you hear the next song, that's when you start walking. Walk one at a time. Take your time. Don't rush. You've got plenty of song. Oh, there's Leah. Leah, come on. Hurry up. Let's go. Leah, you're gonna walk. She knew to walk with Victoria. I'm standing there. I'm not gonna let anything hurt my happiness. This is supposed to be my happiness. I'm not gonna let deep breaths, just calm. Will looked at me at that moment and said, why was nobody ready? I don't know. They had time, but whatever. Slow walking. Just walk slow, walk slow, walk slow. We've got plenty of song. We don't have to rush up there. Walk slow. For top of the aisle. All right, pause for a second. All right, now walk. Smile on your face. Deep breaths. You are fine. You are good. This is your day. This is your moment. Get to the altar. Will steps away. I go to turn around. April's still not there. What am I gonna do? I need somebody for the bouquet. Somebody please come get the bouquet. Okay, bouquet's out of the way. Now we've got that out of the way. Now we can do the ceremony. There's bumps and hiccups and laughter, and it was just the greatest. It was the greatest ceremony. Nothing has gone my way, but you know what? At least we were able to get a few laughs out of it. If I have to call this a success, I will call this a success. Recessional music starts. We make it down the aisle as one. We get to the end. We need to figure out where we need to stand, just to kind of hang out. I'm like, all right, let's move this way. Let's go this way for a little bit. Let's move over here. Let's let everybody get together. Let's kind of congregate over by the church, in the direction of the church. Let's let everybody disperse, and then we can figure out what we're going to do for photos. Oh, hi, congratulations. It was beautiful. It was so great. We loved it. Unfortunately, we've got to go. This one's not feeling good. Something's, the weather, I don't know what it is, but unfortunately, we're just going to have to leave. Well, I'm sorry to see you guys go, but thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Oh, yeah, we're actually going to follow right behind them. We're not feeling that well either, but this was great. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was amazing. Thank you so much. Y'all be safe going home. And okay, where's everybody else at? All right, they're over there. They're trying to get ready. Where are we going to do photos? Why are they hanging out over by the arch? Are we just going to go do the photos by the arch? Is that, can we not, whatever. Hi, yeah, no, you're leaving out too. Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. We understand. No worries. all right, I guess I need to get everybody moving. So we made the decision to do the photos at the arch, that ugly, the ugliest piece of thing on the property. And now I gotta go over there. You know what? Whatever. Fine. I will sacrifice this moment just to get these photos. We'll get these photos, we'll get it figured out, and then we'll go from there. Let's just get the big ones out of the way. We'll just do the big ones there. Cool. Alright, so let's move everybody over there. We're moving everybody over there. Why is there crying and whatever. I don't. Okay, cool. And we need, let's start with family first. That way family can go. And then everybody else will do that next. So do family. We do family photos. Meanwhile, over on the side, I see a group of individuals either upset or crying and tension and tears and what the fuck is going on now? What the hell? Let's just get these photos done. You know, whatever. You know what? We'll just do the big bridal photos, the big bridal portraits. I will send everybody off, and then I will go get, and we will figure stuff out from there. We will just figure it. So we get done with photos. I send everybody off, and everybody immediately goes racing back to the salon. What the hell? So I looked to Matt and I asked Matt, I'm like, do you know what's going on with this? He goes, I don't know. I guess April's upset about something. It's like, I don't know, but you can cut the tension with a knife. I'm like, yeah, I've noticed that. I'm like, all right, well, let me see if I can try and get over there and figure out what's going on. I need to get out of this cake too. And then all of a sudden I get yanked in one direction. Oh, hey, yeah, great wedding and everything, but I've got to take off. I'm just not feeling great. I'm like, cool. Up to 8. 8 people at this point had to leave. Fuck. All right. Yeah, no worries. We appreciate it. Thank you for even coming out. You know, you didn't exactly have to do that, but thank you for taking that initiative. Go feel better. Go. And then by this point, instead of me being able to make it back to the salon, I got pulled in every direction possible because why? Oh, well, I think I was that thing that, you know, I was the star of that thing that just happened. I don't know. It was, what was it called? Oh, a wedding. Yeah, and everybody was congratulating me. So of course I'm getting pulled in every direction possible. So finally I managed to pull my direction to a table where Beth was sitting. And I said, Beth, do you know what's going on? What is all, something about April being upset? I'm like, what is all this about? She's like, I don't know. I guess something about you didn't wait for her and so she's upset. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, I don't know. That's the reason why I stepped out. She goes, I didn't want to get in the middle of that. So that is not, she's like, yeah, but something about that or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, thank you for at least letting me know. I said, you were there. You heard me when I said they can just sneak in whenever they get there. She's like, I'm not trying to get involved. Like, no worries. I said, thank you. Let me go handle this. So of course at this point, there's other things that I have to get done. So yes, I said, okay, if everybody's cool, you know, I'm going to go head back out there. Hopefully I'll see you guys out there. But I went back out because, and it's a good thing that I did because I got pulled in directions again and was told that there were several other people that had to leave. That they wanted to say, you know, congrats one more time, whatever, before they took off. I had 12 people leave. 12 people. Like, damn, I get it. I mean, if you're not feeling good, you're not feeling good. But thanks for coming. So, and then at that point, I needed to, you know, obviously we needed to get the marriage license and everything signed. And so that's when that stuff was getting done. That's when these things were getting done. So while all this is, you know, is getting done, I'm still getting pulled this way and that way. I still haven't had a chance to even, you know, I still haven't even gotten my bridal portraits done yet. Those were supposed to be done, but because I was too busy dealing with whatever, I didn't get those things done. So here we are. We moved on to the next spot. I'm like, well, fuck, that sucks, but maybe we can make up for it this evening. Cool. We'll make up for it during sunset photos. Like, because there's literally no other time. There's no other time. So next thing I know, somebody's telling me, oh, it's 4:40 And I'm going, oh shit, I was supposed to be back in there 10 minutes ago to start getting changed. Let me go in there. 4:30 I was supposed to, transition. 4:45 everybody was supposed to be at the salon to get ready. 4:50 we were supposed to arrive at the staging area, and 5 o'clock was when we were supposed to start it. Obviously we know how that went down. I made those sacrifices, those adjustments and things like that. Well, I guess I can say adjustments because you guys don't consider them as sacrifices, but I made those adjustments for you guys at that point, just to prove to you how much y'all mean to me, and how much I wanted y'all there for me. So yes, we made a few adjustments. Yes, I also stood in the salon for 10 minutes with my hands on my hips going, is anybody gonna undo me? When y'all were running around doing your own things or whatever, I waited patiently. Y'all knew that I had to be in the other dress, so I waited patiently. I wasn't gonna, there was too much drama, too much tension in the air. I was just gonna let it slide. We got everybody staged, we got everybody ready to do the introductions. I had to make sure that Dennis also had Beth's name added to that list because she wasn't on it. So I had to make sure that was relayed literally minutes before we were ready to go. Nobody realized the disappointment and the hurt that I felt the moment I went walking in to the reception of my own day and seeing an entire bridal party standing off to the side, not being very cheerful, and seeing half of my tables empty. That wasn't the entrance that I wanted. That wasn't the kind of theatrics that I wanted to portray, but I sacrificed it. I sacrificed for that moment, and when Nick and his mom were dancing, I even went up to Dennis and I said, hey, just to let you know, don't stop the music. I said, I'm gonna step away from Will halfway through and I'm gonna grab April, so just keep the music going. That was my way of apologizing. That was the only way that I knew how to apologize. The fact that I had to apologize to anybody for my wedding in the first place. Then the rest of the night happened. And then yes, I was there the next day cleaning up everything, doing that stuff, whatever. I had a trailer load of stuff that I had to get offloaded by the end of the day Monday. Yes, I was busy. Yes, I was doing all these different things. I didn't really have time to sit down and just reminisce. But when I finally got to that point, that's when things started to hurt. I knew that I had to go through those emotions, and I needed to let them consume me for a little bit and allow me to process this before I'm going to be okay again. And yeah, there was going to be a day that I was, going to come out of this and be like, well, shit happened, but we made the most of it. So yes, there was a time where people contacted me, after the wedding just to see how I was doing. And yeah, I did tell them this. I did tell them that I was upset because nobody was ready. I was upset because I didn't get the photos that I wanted to get. I was upset because of these different things. I was upset because I had to be director and star of the show. Yes, I'm upset that I had to apologize for making the decisions that I made on my day. I'm like, yeah, I'm upset. And what made it worse, what made all of this worse, is because I'm not only seeing this from a director's point of view, I'm also seeing this from the cameraman's point of view. Did it bother to occur to anybody to maybe look at that stuff? Y'all forget I worked weddings. I might not have many under my belt, but I have weddings under my belt. I had a vision. I had a vision for my day. I spent $1,700 for a videographer to be there to not even get even a fraction of the things that I wanted for that day. The reason why I chose this particular videographer was because they also said that they give all the raw files out. That was something that was so important to me because I wanted to take those raw files of all those fun and exciting moments that we had and make something unique. I can't even cry now because I'm so fucking cried out. I'm upset, but I just can't, I can't even, I'm so over this. So fucking over this. I didn't get to have the detail photos. I didn't get to have my dress swinging outside of the church. I didn't get to have portraits of me in either of my dresses. I didn't get a single photo of me by myself at my venue that I picked out in either of my dresses. I didn't get to use the church. I didn't get to use the island. I didn't get to use the silo. I didn't even get to use the truck and the little store up there. You know what? Now that I think about it, I didn't get any photos of me and the dogs. Anybody think about that? But I sacrificed. I sacrificed a whole hell of a lot. And I've spoke to people about it that have come up and asked me, how are you feeling? And I told them, I would tell them, this is what happened and I'm the bad guy. I just needed to get it out. I just needed to get through it. I needed my time, and then I was going to let it go and whatever. Not a big deal. Done. Until I spoke to someone who said, I know it's not my place, but I feel you should know this. And it was the biggest fuck you slap in the face that I had ever felt. I was mad. I was infuriated. So, before we dive too much deeper into the actual reason now why I'm pissed, hi, I just want to say this whole, so-and-so has their name in my mouth, so-and-so has their name in my mouth, you better come to me. Y'all are too busy to put blame on each other. When this was somebody that is not even associated with this circle group, but who was present throughout the course of the day at the venue. So, you want to make changes to your minds and you know, how you feel now? You're pointing fingers at the wrong people. The only fingers you should be pointing at is yourselves. This is the whole reason why I didn't want drama. But here we are, let's get into it. This person came to me and told me she felt I needed to know because it was weighing on her, especially how the day went. There were talks of members of my bridal party wanting to leave. She goes, I don't know what any of that is all about. She's like, but that seemed a little rude. And it's been bothering me lately, and I felt like I just had to let you know this. Thank you. I appreciate that. This was somebody that, again, is not associated in this. So, whose name's in whose mouths now? Nobody's. Because it wasn't what I said. It was never what I said. Y'all just making these damn assumptions. Are there members of this circle that feel that y'all were being entitled that day and that it was all about you instead of all about the bride? I've had people tell me that because they don't understand why nobody could have been ready, but why it was my fault because I didn't pause the start of my wedding. Had y'all been there, y'all would have known that people were dropping like flies, but none of y'all saw it. But I'm the bad guy for my own fucking wedding. I was so stupid. I swear. But the fact that anybody would have had the audacity to have left my wedding after all the bullshit that I have been through in the last 4 years of my life. If y'all would have went through, first off, the fact that anybody would have even considered thinking leaving after what happened that day, that should right there just be grounds for like the friendship being done. But had you have left that night, any of you would have gone. It would have been game over. It would have been absolute game over. There would have been zero contact from that point forward. Because that is the biggest fucking slap in my face. All the things that I sacrificed to get to this moment. Anybody think about that? Anybody think about this whole friends versus family drama? You know, that y'all are a big part of? Is that not important? I would have told all of you to stay home, and I would have went ahead and put up with my parents for my simple sanity. But no, I stood up for myself. I finally put my foot down, and I made my decision. But that's not good enough. Nobody cares about that, really. Fuck you. This circle group is an active part of why I have the relationship with my parents that I have. It is not the sole reason, but it is a good chunk of the reason. I fought every single for you guys against even his judgment. Nick didn't want me. Nick wanted nothing to do with this. He wanted you guys out because he knew what was going to end up happening. He knew this was going to happen. I fought for each and every one of you. And that's how you repay me. I could have been a bitch. I could have been that bridezilla. I could have really given you a reason to have hated me. But I did my absolute best. I don't even know if these friendships could ever be mended. But you've definitely shown me the type of people that you truly are. You know, I was gonna go on. I was gonna continue to argue points. I was going to explain myself. For every excuse that everybody was pissed off at me for whatever reason. I don't think I need to anymore. If you're gonna sit there to listen when everybody else has to say about me, instead of me, if I said certain things happen one way, it's because it fucking happened that goddamn way. Not this bullshit that everybody else is talking about. They're trying to get you mad at me to get even deeper in this fucking fight. Whatever, you know what? I don't fucking care. I'm over this. If you feel that you were in the fucking right and that you still think that it was your feelings were valid and that you still would have walked away from that fucking wedding, fuck you, we're done.